Kia ora folk, and welcome to Naturopathy with Bridgitt, right here on Radio Kidnappers in Hastings. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to my show, and I appreciate you. So today our topic of the day is fatigue and why am I always so tired? So that's what I'm going to talk about today, and we're also going to talk about tip of the day as well. I am a qualified and registered naturopath, medical herbalist, reflexologist and lymphatic drainage specialist, and I have my natural health clinic in Napier, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, called Maintaining Your Health, Whakatika Oranga. And you can contact me on 027 284 3781. So my goal in clinic is when you come to see me is to help you gain balance or find a solution to your issues, and to empower you to take your own control back, your reins back, to control your own natural health, your own health and well-being. And I do this with naturopath, natural health advice. I'm a nutritionist as well, so I'll look at your foods, give you good suggestions there. If I think you need topping up with vitamins and minerals, well, I'll do that as well. So I'm a bit of a one-stop shop in my naturopath clinic, so I can help you find balance. Okay, so let's go. So I hear a lot in clinic about, I am so tired. Why am I tired? Why am I so tired all the time? And I say, well, come on, let's be detectives. Let's together find out. Let's have an appointment and find out why you are so tired. There are many, many reasons. It's never just one issue. It's all connected, and it all contributes to a symptom of feeling tired. So feeling tired is a symptom of an underlying imbalance. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through a few of the reasons why you might be tired. And it's never just wake up one morning or wake up one day and I feel tired. It's a slow creeping on feeling until it becomes chronic and it affects your everyday life, your everyday function. Okay, so I'm going to start off talking about stress. And people go, oh, I'm not stressed. And I said, yeah, but are you busy? And they go, well, yeah, you know, I'm working, and I've got children, and I take them to sports, to school, and I'm also working, and yeah, I'm doing all these things. And I said, well, you may not portray you're stressed, but underlying inside your body, your organs, your systems, your hormones are stressed, which are causing inflammation, which are contributing to your symptoms of feeling tired, extreme fatigue, tired. So it affects anxiety, depression, mood swings, inflammation, I'm reading off a list here, pain, hormone imbalance, periods, fertility, blood sugar levels, sleep deprivation, thyroid imbalance, sugar levels. It lowers your immunity and it creates leaky gut, plus more than that. That's stress. That's what stress does. So then I'm going to talk about those areas, because when those are out of balance, that creates extreme tiredness or fatigue. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to talk about the adrenals first. So they are two little organs, and they sit just above your kidneys. And you know, when you're learning to drive a car, maybe a manual, and you're like stuck in first gear and it goes, well, that's what happens to your adrenals when they've just been stuck in first gear for too long, and you haven't changed gear, and you haven't, you know, adjusted the vehicle and how you're driving it. And if you don't adjust your body and how you're driving that, eventually your adrenals start to slow down what they can do, and it comes into chronic fatigue. So this affects your life, your home, how you interact with people, your moods, your hormone balance, definitely. And hormones pretty much run the whole show in your body, okay? It also affects your blood pressure. So stress and adrenals play a big part in feeling tired all the time and fatigue. So other issues too are recent heart surgery. So any major surgery or any major health condition that you have, that always leads to fatigue as your body is trying to readjust and get you back on track as well. So I hear people say, oh, my sleep's terrible, I just don't sleep very often. And sleep is a symptom of an imbalance going on in the body. So what can happen? So some people have sleep apnea. That's becoming more and more common, and that can be from obesity, being overweight. That also can be from stress, surprise, stress, and really pushing yourself to the limits. So when you have this sleep apnea, it causes this word called hypoxia, which is really just low oxygen. So when we have low oxygen into our body, we need oxygen to make iron, all right? Iron to make the blood cells, and we need that to give us energy. But also when we have poor sleep or sleep apnea, it triggers in our body, it releases histamine in our body. And so this can lead to an overload of allergies, sensitivities, hay fever, sinus, skin and food sensitivities. I see how it's all connected there. So think about your sleep. Why am I not sleeping so well? Could it be a hormone imbalance? Could it be stress? And more than likely, stress is the underlying factor for sleep. Am I worrying about something? Can I not turn my mind off? Again, that goes back to adrenals, stress. Am I using recreational drugs or alcohol to cope with the stress? Because that's going to affect your sleep as well. Yeah, you might have a really great sleep to start off with, but you're going to wake up a couple of hours later and you're not really going to go back into a deep sleep. So, addressing the factors why. Also, let's talk about food choices. So poor food choices can affect fatigue, make you tired. We've talked about, high histamine, which can lead to food sensitivities in your gut. So if you're eating, say, maybe high carbohydrate or sugary foods, or you drink gallons of coffee or caffeine, this overstimulates your liver to release glucose, your natural sugar, and that gives you a really good woohoo energy hit, but it also gives you a real sharp drop. And this can leave you feeling extremely tired as well. And so, I talk about food tolerances. So we've all heard of gluten by now, and folk who are gluten sensitive, they might eat something made from wheat, and then maybe about 20 minutes later, they just might feel really tired, and they just might want to have a sleep, have a nap, have a Nana's nap. But that's not normal, and you think, oh, hang on a minute, what's going on? Is it food sensitivities? Yeah, sure. Is it gut imbalance? Most definitely. Why did I choose those foods? Am I stressed underneath, and is that causing me fatigue? Yes, it is. So when we come to food tolerances, and we have poor food choices, right? So we might eat carbohydrates, and we might have lots of sugar. So maybe one of your issues for fatigue could be candida. Now, thrush. Most women experience thrush in their lifetime, and men can as well. So when we all have candida, and there's many forms of candida. Candida albicans is the most common one. But when this is out of control in our body, and it makes us crave. It's really crazy. It's like this big monster taking control, and it makes us crave sugar and carbohydrates, because your body converts carbohydrates into sugar, which feeds the candida. So when the candida is out of control, this can make you very tired as well. And the candida and thrush affect sex hormone imbalance as well. Who knew, right? Who knew? Okay, so now I'm going to talk about blood sugars. When those are out of balance, this can cause extreme fatigue, feeling tired all the time, wanting to go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You go, oh, what shall I have? Shall I have a coffee? Shall I have let's have a chocolate bar, or, you know, let's have an energy drink. But really that's putting your blood sugars out of balance. So if that's you and you're feeling tired and you lack energy, you feel thirsty all the time, you're going to the toilet quite often, you get infections frequently, and you often feel hungry 1 or 2 hours after eating, those are signs that your blood sugars are out of balance, and this can lead to extreme fatigue and tiredness. And in extreme cases, it can lead to you just want to go to sleep. You could be just wanting to go to sleep when you're driving as well, long distance. I've had clients, a couple of clients actually, who have had to pull over from that. Now also heavy metals do play a part in where you're feeling tired or not. And you go, well, what are heavy metals? How do I get heavy metals? So you could be a hairdresser, you could be doing dyeing women's hair, you could be a panel beater, you could be a furniture restorer, you could be a vintage car restorer, you could be an engineer or a mechanic. All of those, or you could work on orchards actually, or vineyards. All of those have chemicals, heavy metals, and you breathe those in, or they get absorbed through your skin. Now those heavy metals eat up a lot of your vitamins and minerals, and they hide behind them, so they burn them up really quickly, which make you tired more and more. So think about that if you have one of those occupations. Okay, so thyroid, let's talk about thyroid imbalance. Thyroid imbalance plays a huge part in your energy levels, whether you are low, so that's your middle, so you could be low thyroid or extremely low as Hashimoto's. You could be high thyroid, which is hyperthyroidism, or higher, which is Graves' disease. And all of those play a big part in whether your energy levels are woohoo, up there out of control, or really low and you cannot get out of bed even though you've slept all night, or maybe you're just sleeping all day and you just can't get out of bed. So making sure that your thyroid is in balance is really hugely part of why you're tired. And the thyroid affects many functions in your body as well. So we talked about stress and adrenals, that impacts your thyroid, which impacts your energy as well. Also, let's not forget the liver. So the liver plays a huge part in anybody's fatigue or energy levels, and it has many functions in the body. So we need the liver because it releases the glucose. It tells the body to release the glucose for energy, right? It cleans our blood by taking toxins and waste and excess hormones out. It converts the thyroid hormone, so we need that liver happy to convert thyroid hormones. It releases bile to digest your food, your fatty foods. But it does so much more, so we always have to take into consideration how your liver is working. And if we go back to heavy metals, is the liver being able to eliminate heavy metals as well? A big one also that I see in clinic is low iron and B12. That is huge at the moment. People are going vegan or vegetarian, that's great. I applaud you. However, I urge you to look at, are you swapping out? So you don't have to eat meat. Absolutely, you do not have to eat meat. But are you replacing the nutrients that meat have in your diet? Be wise, do your research. Low iron and B12 contribute hugely to, why am I so tired? Fatigue. What else? And again, this kind of goes back to the gut. So if there's food sensitivities, if there's allergies, hay fever, poor sleep, pretty much everything is linked back to the gut. And there's this process in the gut called the intrinsic factor. So if there's issues there converting iron and B12, well, yeah, you're not going to be really jumping off the roof, are you? You're not going to be bouncing around like an ever-ready battery, because your conversion process isn't happening, and your digestion and your absorption of nutrients is not going to be happening either. So, yep, so fatigue, leaky gut. Think about that one. Okay, so also, for women, periods, like menorrhagia, like bleeding really heavy and bleeding for a long time. Do you know it's not normal to bleed 2 weeks? Do you know it's not normal to bleed more than 7 days, really heavy? That can create an imbalance, a real reduction in your iron levels. And so getting that checked out, the reasons why, maybe going getting a smear at the doctor, maybe getting some bloods done to check out why. Are your hormones out of balance? And candida can interfere with period hormones, and so thyroid can interfere with period hormones as well. So it's all connected, and it all creates a symptom of fatigue. What else am I talking about? So, you know, if you've had recent birth as well and there's been hemorrhaging at birth, I've spoken to many women who have not had iron infusions, and they've really not been given iron supplements afterwards. So their levels stay low, and it's really hard to pick that up. So there are symptoms for low iron. Are you going throughout your day and then suddenly having a big sigh? That's your body telling in to take some more oxygen and to make some more blood levels, make some more iron. And overuse of antibiotics creates leaky gut as well. So that, we've talked about gut. So that can create poor absorption and fatigue as well. Other issues are glandular fever. Now, I see that in a lot of university students that come to see me when they're home on their holiday break. And this is from a virus called Epstein-Barr virus, or mononucleosis. It used to be called the kissing disease back in the old days. Whew, that's telling my age now. But that's easily passed on, that virus. It can be passed on from sharing a drink bottle, sharing cigarettes and other recreational drugs, kissing, obviously, and that can, and when our immunity is low, when our energies are low, that encourages that Epstein-Barr virus to ramp up, and it does deplete you and make you very, very tired. So once you have that Epstein-Barr virus or glandular fever, you have to live with that, but you have to make sure that you've put it to bed every time, and you do not feed it triggers. Okay, so another reason is Helicobacter pylori. So that's, you know, all of these things, that's a bacteria that can live in your gut as well, and that can cause upsets as well. And just eliminating all these areas. Dehydration. How much water have you drunk today? Dehydration affects your brain, your memory, makes your blood thick. It's hard to move things around in your body if you haven't drunk enough water. medication. Is your medication interacting with each other? Is it creating a reaction? That can cause fatigue as well. And also, you know, we sit in front of computers all the time, so think about those electromagnetic fields. So if you think that you would like to become a detective with me and to find out why you're tired all the time, you can contact me on 027 284 3781 right here in the clinic at Radio Kidnappers, or at my clinic www.maintaining your health in Napier. So tip of the day is increase your water, drink your water and see how that affects your fatigue and tired levels. I would definitely go and get my iron and B12 bloods tested, see what your levels are and bring them up. And if you are on medication, go and get those reassessed to see if there's any contraindications. Okay, folk, stay safe out there and let's become detectives. Kia ora.